Okay, here's the deal. I'm gonna come at you with something that you just went through, and I bet you don't know why. See, in our program, we like to say this: if you know how to do something, you will always have a job. If you know why you do it, you will always be their boss. Okay? So I bet you knew how to do Valentine's Day, right? You know how to do Valentine's Day? You get to the hearts, and we passed the little cards, you know, where you have, my son's like 10. He was handing his little cards out there when in class. And right up, I know we're way past that now. But we did flowers and balloons, maybe, like a singing gram or something, you know. We Facebook it, did you throw some hearts at somebody? So, okay, I know you know how to do Valentine's Day, right? But do you know why you do it? Do you know where it comes from? So let me educate you a little bit. And the deal is this: there was this guy. His name was Claudius. He was Claudius II. And back in the day, Claudius had his kingdom, and it was Roman Empire. And it was big, and it was getting so big he started pushing up on other people. It was like growing up to relate it to you. It was like growing up in the Clovis North, and then a little bit over here in Clovis West, and then so the people started getting a little mixed, and the big Roman Emperor Claudius was like, no, you're going to do it the Roman way. And they're like, no, you're going to do it the Turkish way. And so they started fighting a little bit, right? They feuded, and so there's some turf wars. And so basically, what do you think Claudius had to do to make sure his turf was protected? He had to get some soldiers. Come on now. So he had to have some soldiers, right? And so he had to have some soldiers to get out there and fight and protect for his property and his money. And so here's what he did. He decided that his armies weren't tough enough. Does Coach Carball talk to you about being tough? Yeah? I call mine cupcakes. I call them cupcakes when they don't play good. They don't like that very much. That's what I call them. So the truth is, you can be tougher, right? So what do you think Claudius II did? And this was in 270 AD. Okay, I'm going to get back to that in 1 second. This isn't going to take very long. 270 AD. Claudius II said, I don't want the men to get married anymore. If you're a soldier, if you're a young male and not married, you cannot get married again. You cannot have children and you cannot have wives because it makes you soft. You're turning the cupcakes. I want my soldiers to be mean. And so you know what? So what do you think people did? They secretly got married. They did. They secretly got married. And there was this one cat. He was a priest, and his name was Valentine. And Valentine secretly married people. They called him the friend of the lovers. Very romantic, it is a romantic story. Friend of the lovers. And so, the friend of the lovers was secretly marrying people, and then what do you think happened? Somebody told Claudius, you know? People can't keep a secret. We also say in our program that you can keep a secret. 3 people can keep a secret if what? If 2 of them are dead, you're right. 3 people can keep a secret if 2 are dead. Now, so the reality is, somebody told Claudius, so Claudius, he had to go arrest Valentine, and he put him in jail. And Valentine, being the friend of the lovers, was a fairly popular dude at that point in time, right? And so Claudius was trying to convert him to his Roman Catholic style religion, and Valentine was like, no, you're gonna worship my type of religion, my Christianity. And so they had a little feud, and Claudius said, no, I'm gonna kill you now. And so he put him sentenced to death. Well, in the meantime, while he was waiting for all that to happen when he was in prison, it was Asterius' daughter was the jailer that kept him in prison. It was Asterius. His daughter was sick and blind. She was blind. And the friend of the lovers was known to have some healing powers. He was a priest, and supposedly he could heal people and lovers and all that stuff. That was just the legend, right? So what they did was, the jailer said, listen, I know I'm holding you in prison, but my daughter's blind. Can you help me out? So he started meeting with his daughter. Well, the story goes a couple different ways, but the Valentine story is that they fell in love. And in the midst of falling in love, one day whenever he was sentenced to death, before he died, he handed a note to the jailer, and it said, will you give this to your daughter, please? I'm in love with her, and it said, from your Valentine. Oh, isn't that sweet? That's awesome, right? Okay, so why would I tell you that story? That's why you're here. That's why I looked at this. Number one, thank you to Lauren and FCA for asking me to come out here. I did go to FCA when I was in junior high school, college. I was a huddle leader in high school before I left to go to college and coach. It has been a big part of my life. I think it's an awesome place for you to be. I know we're all at different levels of where we're at in our walk. Some of us might not know at all what's going on with FCA and we're learning. Some of us might be very proactive in it and you're growing people, and that is awesome, okay? So why would I tell you that story? That was 270 AD. What I learned in high school was this. A lot of times when you sit in your classroom and you start reading about the emperor and Julius Caesar and all that stuff, you're kind of like, how about this? You hear about the Easter Bunny or Christmas. You think it's like a fairy tale, you know? Because I get it. I mean, we're talking about a long time ago, 270 AD. That was 1,800 years ago. How many of you are even 18 years old in here? You know? I mean, come on. Right? I mean, I bet, and this is what's going to be sad back there in the back, these people don't even know who Fonzie was. You know? I mean, really? You know who Fonzie was? So I get 1800 years ago, it's a long time. So here's the deal. I want to throw this at you, and then I want to challenge you. You are an ambassador for FCA. You being here and getting out and talking and spreading the word, because here's what happened. A long time ago, they took prayer out of school, so there wasn't a lot of Christian influence in the school. And so what happened was it became a fairy tale. And so whenever you read about Caesar Augustus, the emperor that needed to rule his kingdom and wanted to declare taxes on everyone, so he had everyone go back to their hometown, that's all you know. But if you had more of a biblical background, you would know that, well, that's where Joseph and Mary went back to Bethlehem and Jesus was born and the prophecies were fulfilled. And it gets really deep, right? But my point is this. Why would you believe all that stuff? It's like fairy tale, isn't it? I mean, 270 years, 270 AD. So I wrote down a couple things for you, and I'll let you decide, and you can determine, whether or not you believe that the Valentine guy really existed. I mean, really? Is that, all these old people, what do they know, right? So, okay, here's what happened. I'll go backwards in my time. In 23 AD, BC. We're going to be, I'm not going to tell you, who knows what AD means? Huh? No, but good guess. But no, you're not right. I'll let you go look it up, because if I tell you, you forget anyway. Okay? So go look up AD, and then that'll help you on this journey. But this is BC now. This is BC. So 23 BC. So we're at 270, and as we go backwards, we get to 1 to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you get into BC, and now we're 1, 2, 3, we work back up, right? But so it's way back there. 23 BC. You know what was invented? In 23 BC, if you think my 270 AD Valentine story was just a fairy tale, you know what was invented? Sumo wrestling was invented in 23 AD. You know what else was invented in 44? BC, I'm in. In 44 BC, well, how about this? In 100 BC, Julius Caesar was born. He was the first emperor of Rome. Okay? We were talking about Claudius, who was a Roman emperor 270 years later. But Julius Caesar, 370 years later, Julius Caesar, he died in 44 BC. And he died the same year he was declared dictator for life. Okay? So you've read that story all the time, right? Okay, so that's not very real. Let's go with this. 215 BC. You know, it was built the Great Wall of China. 384, Aristotle was born. How about this one? Socrates was born in 468. How about, and you hear their words in your philosophy books and you believe them, right? How about 700 is my favorite. In 700 BC, way back before this story was ever told about Valentine, false teeth were invented. And for all of you athletes out here, in 776 BC was the first recorded known Olympics. Okay? So years, thousands of years ago. And I'm only telling you this story because I just want to challenge you, wherever you're at right now in your walk. Being here at FCA is a great thing. It's a fellowship of Christian athletes. And so that reality is, some of you might be in a place where you're like, I don't really know what a Christian athlete is, what a Christian is. And that's great, that's why you're here. And some of you might be feeling something on your heart that says, you know what, I think I'm supposed to be going to church. And some of you might be saying, I think I'm supposed to ask my friend to come here. All those things were probably right. And I want to challenge you to jump on that and listen to your heart on that. And but the bigger for you individually is go to Easter this time. And instead of knowing how you do Easter, the next really cool holiday that's coming up, learn why you do Easter. That would be a whole lot better process. A lot more fun when you kind of pick up on that. So, anyways, I hope that can be a little encouraging to you. I know it's when you sit in the classroom and you don't hear about any of that stuff, it seems like fairy tale. And again, I just want to encourage you that it's not really a fairy tale. The history does record what happens in our world, even as you go on. Anybody see who did it was really cool, I thought, forgive me for saying this word, but wasn't it Clovis, the Cougars, that did the timeline on YouTube? What was that called? Yeah, how cool is that? You know, that's kind of cool. Like 200 years from now or 100 years from now, if YouTube's still around, you're going to have that recorded. You know? I mean, and that's all this is just the way we recorded in that time. So, there's a lot of good information out there for you. I want to encourage you to, continue being involved in FCA, bring your friends, continue being involved in athletics. It's an awesome thing, and it really teaches you a lot of life skills. So, I do want to say thanks for letting me come. I know that you had breakfast. I appreciate you listening to me. I know you have class today. It's Friday. It's Red Friday for us. I have a red shirt on here somewhere underneath. So I hope you guys do. I hope you ladies do great tonight with your games. Good luck with all of that. And then I do have. If anyone has any questions, real quick, I don't mind answering one or two questions if you have anything. I know you might not. It's totally okay, but if you do, I don't mind. Everybody good? Yes, ma'am.
Can they be in agreement with the Latin phrase that means in the year of the Lord?
Yes.
Okay.
Means in the year of our Lord. Anno Domini, I say. What did you say?
I just felt bad.
Oh, yeah. Got it. That's what AD means. Got it? Very good. In the year of our Lord. What else? Any other questions? Someone else raise your hand? Anything about athletics, sports? Division I, Fresno State, you're good? Okay. I hope you have a great day, Bears. And thank you for being nice and listening. I do want to apologize. I'm not allowed to individually go and talk to people because of rules and they think I'm recruiting and stuff, so I have to be a little distant, so I apologize for that. But I know that your coach is doing a great job with you. Keep that up. And where's my runner at? There he is. Yeah, that's awesome. This guy's going to run under a 3-minute mile. Can you believe that? Or under a 4-minute mile. That's insane. Anyway, so thank you.